Today is for the CSS cascading style sheet to apply the styles for the web application. So guys, let me write the H1 tag and welcome to subject. So, something like that. So today I want to apply the styles to this web application web page. So open client server, we got the simply message that welcome to subject, right? See, we can apply the styles to web pages and going to the CSS. CSS full form is what cascading style sheet. To make the web page stylish, we are going for the CSS. And see, we can write the CSS code like out of 3 ways we can write the styles. One ways we can write the styles in 3 ways. One is like inline styles we can write. One is what inline styles we can write. And second one is what inline styles we can write. And next one is what internal styles we can write. Third one is like external styles. So inline styles, internal styles, and what external styles. We have 3 kinds of styles here. Coming to inline styles, guys, you can apply the inline styles on the tag itself. So this is a H1 tag, right? Let me write the H1 tag. This is like what H2 tag. This is like CSS class or something like. So H1 tag you can apply the style attribute. So write the inline styles using the style attribute. Using what attribute? Style. Using style attribute, you can write the color. See guys, color column what? Red. Color column red, right? Yeah, this is called CSS properties, guys. Every property contains the key and the value. This is a property name and property value. Property name and the property value. That is like CSS properties. So color properties, we have font properties, alignment properties, we have the different properties we have. This is color column red. So this is called property name. What a property name here? Color. Property value is what red, right? Property name and property value. So the property name is like property name is what I can say here, color, and property value is how much? Property value is equal to what red. See the property name and value separated by property name and property value separated by what? Column symbol. Separated by column symbol. Assume that if you want to write the multiple properties, guys, every property is separated with semicolon. So first property is semicolon, and second property is like text align equal to center. I want to write the text which format, center format. Text align equal to center, we can write the rectangle. See, CSS property contains what? Property name and property value, and the property name and value separated by column is separated. The multiple properties separated by the semicolon. Yeah, like that. First property you can write the color equal to what is right here. Just you can open the browser, you can get the simply red color. And second property like just you can write H2 tag style equal to just you can write the background color. Background color equal to just let me write the gray color like that. So this is called color property. This is called what one background color property. Now you see the background color is coming as what gray color, right? Good. So yes, if you want to write the multiple properties, first property is what background color and semicolon is there. The next one is what text align is there. See the CSS always you do with Visual VSA. You don't remember this all the data. See when I type the control space like here automatically the data is coming right. Background color means what? You select the data and click on the data. The gray color here. Second one is what goes here text align. You type the 1 or 2 characters, data will come automatically. Just you can select the data. That's all. Text align is what about center, right? Exactly. Now the CSS class is coming as what? Center, right? Good. See guys, I will use these 3 properties 1 or 2 ways. After that I'll use some more properties. So remember the text align property is there, background color property is there, and what now color property is there. So these are what styles guys? Inline styles. Inline. So inline styles are applied to only specific element, right? Only for the H1 tag that inline styles are applied. Only for the H2 tag that inline styles are applied, right? That is called inline styles, guys. These are styles inline styles. See, there is a inline styles and the property name and value separated by property name and value separated by what? Property name and value separated by separated by colon. Separated by colon, property name and value separated by colon. Next one is what? Multiple properties separated by multiple properties are separated by will be separated by semicolon, right? Separated by a semicolon. That is like inline styles. Yes. Good. Let me write the second as the internal styles. See guys, internal styles will be writing inside the, inside the HTML document only, this document only, under the head section. Under what section? Head section. Under the head section, you can write the style characters to write the internal styles. To write what styles? Internal styles. So these are the internal styles. Yes. Inside the HTML tag, sorry, inside the head section, you write the style tag. Here you write the what styles? Internal styles. Coming to the internal styles, you can write the H1 tag here. H1 tag, like these are the element selector. So guys, I'm taking like the H1 tag and H1 tag, both are H1 tag. Right click and open with live server. If you open the live server, you got welcome to the Telegram and CSS classes, right? Good. I want to write the what styles, inline styles, internal styles, internal styles. To write the internal styles, guys, you take the under the head section. What tag we are taking here? Style tag. So under the head section, you take the style tag. Take what tag? Style tag. And like here you can take the element selector. See, I want to apply the styles to what? Styles to what tag? H1 tag, right? Then you can select the H1 tag. This is called element selector. What element you are applying the styles? H1 element. Then you can write the simple H1 tag. Open and close your this. Open and close, right? This is the element selector. So H1 is we selected the element, we are applying the styles. We selectors means what? We are selecting the elements. So we are selecting what element? What element? H1 element. That is called the selector actually. So what is the meaning of what? Selectors. Selectors means what means you're selecting the element, selecting the element, apply the selecting the element and we can say what? Apply the styles. That is like selectors right now. Let me go for the element selector H1. Just you can write what color. Just you can write what color. Yeah. Just you can write the color equal to what right. Now you see guys, H1 tag means H1 element you are applying the style is what red color. Then you see guys, all H1 tags what color is applied here? H1 is applied, right? All H1 what tag is applied? Red is applied, right? It is applied for one H1 tag, all H1 tags are all H1 tags what color is applied here? Red color is applied, right? That is called element selector. What selector among? Element selector. See guys, like that is a element selector. This is called what styles? Internal styles, inline styles, external styles. This is internal styles. Internal styles you can write under the style tag using like use under the header tag using what tag? Style tag. This is called what? Internal style. And let me go for the next one is what? External style. Let me remove this one, guys. External styles means what? You write the styles in separate file. Write the styles in what? Separate file. Go for the new file. I am writing like my styles dot. What extension we need to say? CSS. Now you see that data guys here. My styles dot CSS file is there, right? Yeah, my styles dot CSS. Here you write the style. What the element selector you are writing here? H1 element because I have only what element here? H1, right? Just write in the H1 element. H1 element just you can write the color column whatever green. Okay, color column what? Green, like exactly. So color column green we have color column we have the green. Color column we have what? Green. Yeah, color column green. So this is called what internal selector, inline selector, external selector. So external selector means what? You write the file, separate file, you save the file like mystyle.css, and you apply the styles. See, this one is like data here. Go for the H1 tag, just right click and bottom of open the live server. Once if you open the live server, you can check the output. Green is applied, not applied, not applied. Why it is not applied? Oh, because we written the file in separate file. My separate file is what my style.css, and first.html is a separate file, right? Then what we should do? We need to link that external CSS to the HTML document. We need to link what? External CSS to the HTML document. And to link the database, here under the head section you have to link generally. Where you have to link under the head section. Under the head section, guys, you please take the link tag. Link tag. So just you can type the link, guys, LINK and then enter button. Automatically you get the relationship. What the relationship tells you? Styles. href is nothing but a location of that file. What the file name is here? mystyles.css. mystyles.css, right? Exactly. Okay, that's it. We got the green color. You got what color? Green color. So you go for the mystyle.css. If you want, you can apply the background color also. Just let me apply the background color. The background color is what? Gray. Let me apply the text element also. Text element is what? Center, right? Like that. As you check the output here, now we got the data is what? We got the background color, we got the font color, background color, but text line is also center, right? Yeah. Total how many ways you can apply the styles? Three ways. One is the inline selector, second one is the inline selector, sorry, inline styles, internal styles, external styles. Inline styles means applied on same element, one element we can apply. What is the internal styles? Internal styles are applied on only one H1 element, all H1 elements are all H1 elements. External styles are applied on what? One H1, all H1s are. So internal is applied for all H1s, externals also applied for the all H1s. Then what is the difference between internal and external? What is the difference between internal styles and external styles? Internal styles are there in the same document. External styles are there in the separate document. Okay. Any other point? Any other point? But internal styles are applied for the same document, right? Same document means what? Internal styles apply for the only one document, right? Only one document, all H1 tags, all paragraphs tag, whatever it may be. The internal styles are applied for the only one specific HTML what you can say document, right? Good. What about external styles? If you write external styles, that external styles we can link to one HTML, all HTMLs are like multiple HTML tags we can link, right? One H1, see, internal styles means what? Internal styles are applied for, internal styles are what? Applied to only one only one HTML document. Internal styles are applied to only one HTML document because you are writing inside the header tag, right? Only one HTML document. But external styles can be linked to, external styles are what? Linked to one HTML, multiple HTMLs are multiple HTML tags, like multiple HTML documents. One HTML document, multiple HTML documents. Yeah, inline styles means only one element. Internal styles means multiple elements of same document. External styles means linking for one document to multiple documents. We can link to multiple documents, right? That is called three types of styles. How many styles are three types of styles? Right? Good. Well, let me write the internal styles. Yes. Internal styles means how to write? Internal styles. Internal styles. How to write? Under the head section, you can write using what tag? Style tag. Style tag is there. I'm going for element selector H1 tag. So H1 tag is there. This is called H2 tag is there, and this is called H3 tag. I'm going to write. Three tags are writing there. And close the H3 something like that. Just you can write the students are nice. Nice. We have the H1 tag, we have the H2 tag, and we have the H3 tag. And three tags are there. H1 tag I applied color. H1 tag I applied what? Color. Color equal what about? Red color. Now you see the output here. We got the H1 tag. Welcome to Satyatek is what color? Red color. What color guys? Red color, right? You do one thing here. Let me write the data H1 tag. I apply the style. Style color colon red. Color style color is what? Red, right? H2 tag I applied the element selector this is green selector like this. selector green, right? Good. Let's see guys, otherwise simply can write the H1 we are applying what selector it is telling here? Element selector. It means based on the element the styles are applied. What element the green has applied? H1 element. For the H1 element, what is applied here? Green applied. See guys, we have the another selector like class selector. The class selector starts with the dot. Dot, you can write the my class like that, the class selector. With dot followed by class name. But the class name I taking here my class. Then you can write the background color. Background color is like we can make it as a red. Fine. Background color is what about red. See, I want to apply this class selector to H1, H2 tag. So H1 tag what I applied here? Element selector. Element selector means what? H1 element the selector applied. So for the second one is what? H2. H2 I want to apply what selector? Class selector. To apply the class selector, just we require the class attribute. We apply the class selector using what attribute? Class attribute. If the class is Kochi, you can apply the class selector here. That's all my class. That is called what selector? Class selector. Now you can come to the file. Then this background color is applied. Right? There's a class selector. And one more selector we have ID selector. You see, today I'll discuss 3 selectors. Tomorrow I'll discuss 3 selectors. Next class I'll discuss 3 selectors. 3 classes, almost I'll discuss 9 selectors. Depends on the requirement. In real time, you have to use a specific selector. First one is what? This is what selector? Element selector. So that element, H1 elements, all H1 elements, what color is applied here? Green applied. This is what selector? Class selector. Third one is the ID selector. ID selector starts with hash. Starts with what? Hash. Hash should followed by ID. What is ID name here? My ID. My ID I written the text align equal to what? Center. Text align equal to center. Now see guys, for H3 tag I want to apply the ID selector. To apply the ID selector, ID you can use simply. But we should use ID. ID name is what? My ID. That's it. And now you can check the data here. Students are nice coming as center, right? This is called green color. This is called background is red. This is coming as what? Center. Then how many selectors we written total here? 3 selectors. What are 3 selectors? Element selector. Element selector means any element name we can press. Element selector, second one is what? Class selector, third one is what? ID selector. Like that, we need to write the selectors. We need to write what? Selectors. Class selector, this is what? Element selector, this is called what? Class selector, this is called what? ID selector. ID selector. We got it? That's it. See guys, element selector, it's not a problem. Directly you can write H1 tag or 3 paragraph tag. Any tag you can apply element selector, it's not a problem. You should get the clarity about class selector versus ID selector. When to use class selector and when to use what? ID selector. Anyone knows difference? Class selector and ID selector? Any previous knowledge? Class selector, ID selector. So what are different class selector and ID selector? What is the difference between the class selector and ID selector? Good. Class name selector starts with what? Dot. ID selector starts with what? Syntax. Interview panel. See, I told one more thing. In interview panel, if you tell the syntaxes, you are the failure. Interview panel syntax interview only you should tell the concept purpose. What is the purpose of variable? Variables are used to store the data. Instance variable, every object one copy is there. Static variable, all object one copy is there. That is the interview panel. But you don't tell variables are declared in A equal 10, declared inside the class, access using object name, class name. These are all what syntaxes. Declare the variable in the x equal to something like that, syntax. Call the variable using object name, syntax. Declare the inside the class, outside the method, syntax. We don't want syntaxes. In real time, you have to tell the syntax, you have to tell the purpose. Methods. You will tell the methods are 2 types. Void is there, M1 is there, like that. You will tell like that. That is syntaxes. Methods are used to write the logics. Method can take the input as argument, output as a return value. Method arguments means what? Inputs. Return value means what? Output. It means you tell the purpose. See guys, let me write the my class 1 is there, and here you can write the my class 2 is there. That you write the my class 2. How many classes I written out here? 2 classes. Good. See guys, for the first H1 tag, apply the my class 1. For the H2 tag, apply the my class 2. My class 2. Like that, you apply the my class 1 for this one, my class 2 for this one. You check the output guys here. I think here red applied, background color applied, here what applied? Center applied. What applied, Amma? Center applied, right? Good. So you guys like that you written the code here. Background color, we can say like also just let me apply that color better. Color equal to something like green. Now you see guys here, one is a green applied, one is what background color applied. So we written the class selector like this. So guys, if you write the H3 tag here, H3 tag at what? Students are what? Nice. If you write the students are nice, if you go for the class selector now, or selector class selector, you can write the my class 1 space my class 2 also like that. So here we applied how many classes here? Two classes. First class is representing the background color. Second class is representing like color, right? Now you see the code guys here. I think here both are applied, right? One is that both are applied, one is applied. Both are applied. It means on the element we can apply one class or multiple classes. Multiple classes using the space operator, right? On the single element, it is possible to apply one class or multiple classes. Each class is separate with the semi. Each class separate with what space, right? Each class separate with what space. That is the data guys. My class 1 space, my class 2. So on the single element, it is possible to apply the multiple classes. Possible to apply what? Multiple classes. See guys, same thing you apply the my ID attribute. ID attribute starts with what? Huh? Slash hash what? Hash ID1 and you can write what? And you can write the hash ID2. See guys, my ID1 is there. How to apply the ID attribute? This is ID selector, right? How to apply the ID selector? Class attribute, ID attribute. ID attribute. Just you can write ID equal to, tell me guys, my ID1. Here you can apply the ID attribute like ID equal to my ID my ID 2. Like that you can apply. Now you can check the output guys here. Just you can change this one is like pink. This one you can apply the something like purple. Like you can apply the purple, right? Good. See, I applied ID attribute using ID. Good. Come to the file here. Just you can check it. Okay, I think this is called purple you are getting here. The web one is what? Background is the pink, and this is coming as a purple. Now let me take the what tag H3 tag. H3 tag just you can write a message what today class completed. Today class is one completed. Then you write the message like what attribute ID equal to my ID 1 space my ID 2. Like that we can get. Now you can check the output guys here. IDs are applied, not applied. Right? Not applied, right? Not applied. That's it. See, every element ID should be unique. One ID applied. Every element ID should be unique. Only one ID is applied. How many IDs can I apply? Only one ID. Only one ID should be applied for the element select. Sorry, on the single element. Classes you can apply one class or multiple classes. Multiple classes. So I think JavaScript also writing ID something like that. Unique data guys. So in CSS selector we have the total we completed how many selectors? 3. One is the element selector. H1 element you write close brace, right element selector. Second one is the class selector means what? Class selector starts with the dot followed by class name. Apply the class selector using what attribute? Class attribute. Third one is what? ID selector. ID selector means what starts with hash followed by ID name and what we can say. We can apply one ID and multiple IDs. One ID. Right? See what the difference with the class selector and ID selector? On the single element, tell me, possible to apply multiple classes. Multiple classes we can apply. But on the single element, it is possible to the ID should be unique. On the single element, possible to apply one ID, unique ID, something can say. What ID guys? Yeah, unique. That's it. And the single element possible to apply the multiple classes, guys. And the single element possible to apply the unique ID. Wait, Kanina, how many ways you can apply the styles? How many ways you can write the styles? Three ways. One is the inline style, internal styles, external styles. External styles means you write separate file, link to the one document or multiple documents. How many selectors you done? Three. One is the element selector, class selector. What is the difference of class selector and ID selector? Class selector on a single element you can apply the multiple classes. But ID selector is what? Unique ID. On the elements you can apply the ID should be what? Unique, right? ID should be what? Unique. Can you write this example? Example question. This example, what styles we are writing? Internal styles are inline styles are external styles are? Huh? Inline styles. This is what styles? Inline, internal, external. Internal styles. Read. The single element possible to apply the one class or multiple classes. Write the task one. You check the task one, take the H1 tag or paragraph and pre tag. Three data you can take. H1 tag, take some H1, take some para, same tag, pre tag. Then paragraph tag, you apply the element selector. Apply the element selector. H1 tag, apply the class selector. Class selector, just you can take the color property, text align property, background color property. Write the internal styles using the style under the style tag. Complete example fast.